What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm here with an all new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. This was a mess. All right, so we're continuing where it left off at, which was the argument between Karen and Giselle. Giselle still wanted an apology from Karen. Karen said, until you apologize for wishing death on my husband, you won't get nothing from me. But Giselle is still saying, I want Ray to live. I want Ray to pay his bills. I did not wish death on Ray. Here comes Robin. She did not wish death on your husband. Now, I said this multiple times since this scene has keep on popping up. Since the first, 4 episodes we're still talking about this. Listen, I said before, Karen, this is a reach. I get it. But Ray came with the shade first by saying her pretty face is going to fade unless she finds somebody. That's true. But she said he'll be dead and gone for this face. Now, I understand that Ray's old. I understand that. But that was shade. It wasn't wishing death. Your kids was grown when that happened. 1927, it's not going to sting them that much. I don't think so. But I did also say that while Giselle and Robin was in her kitchen, she did say pretty much the exact same thing she said 4 years ago. How Ray will be dead and gone before Karen can afford another house. This is the thing that's getting me. Can y'all stop bringing up Karen's tax issues? It's been paid and done. Giselle, do you know that Jamal owns money from taxes? Do you know he still is back those taxes? Robin, did you pay your taxes? Because you know how to budget money right. And stop bringing up Ray's penis. Y'all need to stop bringing up somebody else's man, somebody else's problems that are not yours. That's what's getting me, and I don't like that. Wendy says, Karen, from what you told me about what Giselle said, I don't think it was her wishing death on your husband. Candace being the voice of reason this episode really surprised me. It opened up my heart for her. She said, you guys have both done things to each other. Then it flashes back to all the times that Karen and Giselle have came back at one another. With the death of Ray, but also Giselle with the t-shirts about Ray's tax issues. And then the whole how his ding dong don't work. So y'all both done it. Then it led to the final straw where Karen said to Giselle, is it true that Jamal was dating another one while he was dating you? We know that was true. So everyone around the table is pretty much saying, y'all need to kiss and make up because this is doing too much. It's making us awkward for us being here. This is supposed to be a fun weekend. Can we at least do that? Mia says, I know I'm in the middle of how things have gone since then, but I think y'all both need to acknowledge the fact that you guys have hurt each other. And y'all need to move forward. Y'all don't have to be friends, but at least move on from each other. And Candace said, if you guys need to hash this out, don't do it amongst us. Do it separately. It doesn't happen. It's not resolved. It's in a group. And if you guys cannot move forward, just let it go. And that be that. Because we are tired of the fighting. I'm tired of the constant bickering. I'm tired of it. Y'all both done things for each other. Please apologize. Giselle, you're not fucking innocent. Nobody's obviously coming towards you because you come with the shade first. We finish it, we'll hit you, and then you stop. So I'm going to need you to stop talking about it. I really do. So Wendy, Karen, and Askell go to the other house, the cottage that they'll be staying. Now, when it comes to the grand of it all, about how this house is big than what it is, it's so grand, and then you got the cottage, which is pretty much, I'm not going to try to say it, but it's like the groundskeeper place. You know what I'm saying? It's the place. It's the home where the groundskeeper lives in and takes care of the landscaping and everything around the home while everybody lives in this grand scheme. That's what it felt like to me. So everybody's checking in. Askell is telling her husband, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 3 out of a 5-star rating place. I get it. Both of these ladies are accustomed to fancy livings and high-rise places. Giselle and Robin, they're not. So it's like, I get it. But at the same point in time, I'm not finna be constantly complaining about where I'm sleeping. Oh, how it looks. Yes, I love fancy things as well. I love things to look nice and everything. But I'm going to still be thankful for the fact that I'm on a trip that I don't got to pay for it. So Karen is taking Wendy's bags upstairs because she can't lift anything because her surgery is still healing. So everybody's pretty much happy that they're over there. It's quiet. It's peaceful. Ain't got to deal with Giselle and Robin. Next, we get to Ashley. Ashley is preparing for a photo shoot with her, baby Dylan, and Dean, and Michael. And she's realizing that this is going to be a lot on me. I got 2 kids now. 2 mouths to feed, 2 babies to entertain, 2 babies to care for, and I don't want to get stressed out. Michael is obviously trying to help well, excuse me, but he don't want to be helped. He don't want to be dealing with none of these kids. He's just doing it because he got a lot of backlash last season. So we found out that Dylan had jaundice when he was born, and since he did not get under those special lights in the hospital, because she could not wait that long to be away from Dean, she did light therapy, and his jaundice is going down. His skin color's coming out. I'm like, he's looking a little bit more brown than Dean. I did notice that. He is definitely looking like Ashley more than Dean is, but I feel like Dean's gonna come into his looks and be like Ashley. You just never know. So then, she just realized that she's going to hire a night nurse. And while she was feeling like that throughout getting not enough sleep, she started to cry. The postpartum is starting to sink in, and she's trying to not become a hermit again. She's trying to still be energized and uplifting. And when she was talking to Giselle, she kind of felt normal talking to her friend while still being mommy mode. So she's coming back to that mode of being okay with, you can still be a mom, but still care about yourself. You should still want yourself to feel good. You don't want to be, cuddled up in the corner. You don't want that. And I'm so thankful that I did not have postpartum depression with my daughter. I felt like I just jumped back into the mode and everything, not like I was with my son. And I love that. So she's talking about the trip that Giselle invited her, but she's only going for the day. Michael said that's cool. He didn't want her to go. And just to talk about it, and then it led to the conversation. Oh yes, and also Karen, nope, blah. Also, Ashley said, I'm not looking forward to befriending Candace. I'm not looking forward to that. Sorry, man. I'm gonna say hi Candace, and bye Candace. We can be cordial. We gotta be over friendly. I'm not thinking about her. I'm thinking about myself. So good night and goodbye. So apparently it's gonna be a 2-2. The nanny's gonna take care of Dean, and Dylan wants to take. No, Michael wants to take Dylan to his office because apparently he has women in the office that will be happy to look after him. I'm like, you do, Michael? Okay, maybe that's why you don't want to come home. So, and then she said Giselle's ready to date, and she wants to know if Michael has somebody set up for her. He don't give a shit about Giselle. He don't fool with her. But he did ask, was Juan available? I'm like, ooh, here we go. He said, did Juan and Robin get married? She said no, because she wanted to put it for the pandemic. I told y'all that wasn't going to happen. Using the pandemic as an excuse is fine, but if you don't get married, you're going to get married. And to this day, they're not married. Y'all did this big-ass grand proposal. COVID was still happening. And now you building a house, but yeah, you're not planning your wedding. I get it, Robin. You want everything right, the destination, everything. But there have been ways for people to still make fabulous weddings with COVID restrictions. So to say you want to wait till the pandemic ends, we don't know that. But hey, do you? And then, like Michael said, it ain't gonna happen. He said last season, Juan has a fear of commitment. That's true. And of course, Michael's still holding out for when Juan's gonna say, "I'm leaving you for Michael." He's holding out for that. Then we're ending it. No, not ending it. We're moving on to Giselle. So now Giselle is talking about where the girls are staying. They're in the service quarters. I did not like that term. I'm like, service quarters? Don't do that. Like I said, the way that it was showcase, like they got this big grand home, the music and everything, then it just window down to this is it. It's like looking at a walk-in closet, but yet it's not a walk-in closet. I can step in and step out. That's not walk-in. I didn't like that, but like I said, they not used to high-rise places, so that's why they want to say service quarters. I didn't like that at all. So Robin starts the conversation with about Wendy, the change, and she's a little bit more comfortable. She's a little bit more, happy and energetic. And where did it come from? It was so different than it was last year. Last year she had substance. This one is confusing. Robin, you don't have substance. You don't have substance. You had a substance when you talked about flipping houses. It didn't work. You didn't try. Then we got this hat. Not going nowhere. You had lipstick, not going nowhere. Your whole storyline is talking about somebody else and how they changed. And I'm like, you have no idea. Like, where does this other person come from? Giselle, same thing. But I also feel like, I think because Wendy was, she was projecting something that wasn't her. She was putting a box of how her mother thought that's how she should present herself. But I feel this is what Wendy wanted to be all along, but she wanted to please her mother. So now she's like, after all this, I'm saying, fuck all this. I got my boobs done. I got my butt done. I am loving the skin I'm in. All of this chocolatey goodness. You gonna get this, and I don't give a fuck what you think about it. So then Giselle brings up the cheating rumor again and wonder if this is where the change was coming from. Now Robin don't believe it, Giselle don't believe it, but they want to find out, is this where it's coming from? And I feel like this is kind of why Ashley's going to take the initiative to be the person to say, yo, this is what was being said to me. Because I said it last episode. Giselle's going to talk to somebody else about this rumor, which will be Robin, and not say it to her. And then later in the episode, they really stuck their foot in their mouth this time. So they want to have a conversation with her and want to find out where it's at. But then in the midst of that, the girls are getting ready for dinner. And they're wanting to, get ready. Wendy looks amazing. I loved her Versace, the cat pantsuit, and the Versace boost top. I'm like, it was a little bit too small because it wasn't covering up the girls right, but she looked gorgeous with the red lip and everything. I'm like, yes, Wendy, yes. So Candace gives everybody with robes and a shower cap, but turns out it was a swim cap because Giselle wants to host a aerobics class, a water aerobics. I took a water aerobics class with my family one time, went to the spa. It was actually really fun. It got us moving and everything. I want to see if we can do that again. Then, I don't know, this is a weird way to segue because they look how big the shower caps are because everybody in this table wear wigs, got a ponytail, want to get it wet. Wendy said, they look like a big dick. What's going to fit in that? And of course, everybody was still, no, not everybody. It flashed back to last season when it was said that Candace and her husband still use condoms because Candace has this fear of not trusting penis in her. So Robin said, you know what, Candace, we know you love condoms, so go ahead and just leave them over there with your husband's brown dick. I said, why y'all keep mentioning other people's penises? Can you stop mentioning people's significant others, their private parts? That's really unsettling. And it's kind of like, y'all dream about, I don't know. It was weird that she said that, and I didn't like it. I did not like it. So then we're approaching dinner. We're at the restaurant. Everybody's ordering their food. Giselle asks, how is Chris managing you? She said, it's going good. He supports me. He loves me. Giselle asks, do you pay him? With love and affection. All right, Candace. So, Eskel asks, how does he switch off between manager and a husband? She said, we've been having arguments about trying to find the middle ground because he's always on manager mode all the time. So he's not really on husband mode. So they'll have arguments. Like, she'll go to the studio in the daytime and she'll come home late. He'll say, what you doing? You need to get these videos out. So it's kind of like finding the middle ground to get it better. Then Giselle asks, is he going to be Chris Jenner you? Make sure that he's all about your business and not about his. She said, if I thought that Chris was going to skate and float around me, knowing that I make all the money, then I wouldn't have married him. Everybody was like, that's good. That's good. Giselle again said, you want to be careful because you don't want to resent him the fact that, you're doing everything in your career and he's not trying to figure out a way to build his career back up. So Eskel asks, she asks, do you think that he's managing her hustle, but he's not trying to do one for himself? I believe it's on her coattails. It's riding on her coattails. And it's kind of like true because he is supposed to be doing an online class for cooking, but I don't know if they're really like going anywhere. I'm not sure. Since his restaurant closed down, he should probably develop a small catering business or something. He should definitely do something like that. But she said, you know what? At the end of the day, that's me and my husband. I trust my husband. He trusts me, and we have our own dynamics. So we're gonna see where we're gonna go about this our way. Our marriage is solid with this. I'm like, yes, Candace, let her know. My marriage is not yours. Okay, thank you. Good night and goodbye. Robin chimes in and said, it's funny on how he tells you to get up and do these videos. Juan tells me to get up and do something. And she's like, I've been feeling unmotivated. I wake up, I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up around 10, move around to 11, possibly get up around 12, but I don't really get started until 1. That's a whole day. That is a whole day. Because even though she has a lot of things to do, she doesn't feel the energy to do it. And Juan is turned off by that. He said it's unattractive. Giselle said, your man said that's unattractive? How you made any changes? She said no. Is this the reason why he's not trying to rush down the aisle? Because no man wants to marry unattractive. Karen said it right in the confessional. Giselle, that was my friend, I would lift her up and not tear her down. We've all said that Robin is dealing with depression. It's no secret that COVID has definitely depressed a few people. I'm thankful that I was not depressed, but I definitely was feeling a little down at not going anywhere. So you could say I was on my way of being depressed, on my way. But something came out of me that I was still enjoying the comfortable being home, but I also looked forward to it. So I didn't dive deep in that. But Karen said Giselle tends to kick her friends down and instead of lifts them up. So it pretty much is put on as a deflect. So she attacks everybody else and deflects it for her to not answer any questions on her own. Everybody is off limits, even her best friend Robin. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is supposed to be your good Judy, your best friend, and here you are basically telling her, girl, you need to fix that because your man don't want that. So I feel like, can she not see where Robin is hurting? Can she not say, Robin, I don't know where that's coming from, girl. Have you been feeling this for a while now? And has Juan said anything? Like, you're not doing it. Like, you're not really helping your friend out. You just telling her, girl, you better fix it before your man leaves you. Like, that's all Giselle keeps on thinking about. And she says, has it come to the part where you're neglecting your kids? She said it has. It has. One of her sons, it was failing the subject. He had a 48%. I'm like, that is a F. He is failing. And it was in English. I'm like, oh my God, Robbie, you have fallen off the ladder. Off the ladder. Do better, honey. I would definitely feel bad if I allowed what's happening to me be put on my kids and they're failing in school. But this is where I believe Juan should come in and help. He should take the reins and take the day to help Rami get to where she's at. Have her talk to somebody. Make her feel pretty. Help out with the boys. They're your kids too. And you want to have another baby with her. But this is how it's going to be if you do that. Robin's going to carry the baby, feed the baby, clothe the baby. You're not going to do nothing until the baby starts walking. Then you want to say, I'll help. Okay. So Whitney asked, are you functioning at 100%? She said, I'm not. And I know that I should because I know that my business is doing well, but it could be better. Askel recognized it and said, the symptoms and what you're telling me, I believe you are depressed. And I've been depressed too. So Giselle keeps on going back to, but why are you going back to the bed though? Get out the bed, Robin. I'm like, Giselle, that is not how you comfort a friend. Oh, your daughters was right. You have no emotional support. You don't know how to do emotional support. You do not know how to comfort somebody because if you feel like that somebody else is not talking about you, or you feel like you just want to tear somebody else down because you feel miserable. I don't know if Jamal broken that emotional support in you or you've never had it and you don't know how to turn it off and be nice. You just don't know how to do it. And Robin feels like depression could be a combination of her personality because she's a laid back person. She's also lazy. I don't know. Okay. I mean, your personality is your personality. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like you being lazy, you can always break out of that lazy shell. To me, I procrastinate like crazy and I'm trying to do better. Not wait until the last minute. I tend to be lazy, but I'm trying to like go about it. But my personality is I'm a bubbly person. I'm a social butterfly, so that differs me. But Robin, you just don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. You want to ride on Giselle's coattails, eat her pussy out, and then just, follow on to everything that she says because I don't know if you have a mind for yourself. I don't know. You just have this lackluster ability to put some confidence in you. You really do. And of course, Wendy agrees with Robin because she's feeling like she's the same way. She has a lot on her plate. But in the midst of her saying that, she keeps on adjusting her boobs because I said the shirt was a little bit small. The top was a little bit small. And then she said, oh my goodness, I'm putting food up in my boobs. And Giselle said, okay, we're going to get to you in a minute, so hold on. So, of course, she wants to find herself. And obviously, we know where Wendy's coming from because she's trying to do everything all at once. But she needs to learn how to prioritize and scale it back. Giselle is tired of hearing about her boobs and tired to hear about the changes, but wants to get to the real issue. Who are you? Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. This is not the Wendy that I know a year ago. I'm like, this is a lot on somebody who you met a year ago. Have you guys have been in contact? Have you guys have been in close quarters with each other? Have you guys have had girl trips since last season when Wendy first appeared? Or you guys have only been friends when the camera airs? So that's a lot to put on somebody who's changed. And they just wanted to know where the confidence is coming from. Robin said, this was not the Wendy I met last year. This year, you dropping it low, you're booty dancing, and you're just becoming real loose. I'm like, loose? You mean like she's letting her hair down? She's not being so prim and proper, not all about 4 degrees, and my way is the highway, I'm smart, you're not? Or you talking about loose, like she's out there, she's showing it to anybody who listens? That what you mean? Like, your words are not being used correctly, Robin, and it's really nasty and unbecoming of you to do that. And they just want to know where it's all coming from. You changed. I don't care that you got surgery. I said I've seen your boobs more than I've seen you in a month. I've seen a whole lot of your skin that I've seen in a month, and I want to know where it's coming from. Candace, of all people, I was like, come on, Candace. She said, twiddle and twaddle. Stop talking about her boobs. Leave Wendy alone. Worry about your areolas. I said, come on, Candace. I wish you would have said it in front of them, but it's in the confessional. But otherwise, it needs to be said. You guys are still talking about the changes that she's made. The difference. She's more this, she's more this, she's more this. What does it mean? Is she overcompensating for something? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? But I feel like, worry about your own stuff, And I feel like it is not that serious that we are talking about this. For Robin and Giselle, this is their storyline. To constantly find out, constantly get to the real root of why Wendy has become this Wendy that she was last year. Like I said before, this is probably the Wendy we have been wanting to see since the first season. But she felt like she probably had to embody what her mother instilled in her. She said, bump that. I'm fun, I'm energetic, and of course, yes, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, but I don't need to dress like one. I still got all of this on me, and I bought it, and I'm going to flaunt it. What's the problem? I'm not going to be a prude like Robin and Giselle. I'm not going to be a conservative nun. No. If I know I got body, I'm going to show it. If I know that I look good while still representing my husband right, that's what I'm going to do. She's not doing nothing different than any of the women that would do. And then it did that even more. So it's like the whole professionalism. You was a commentator, you was this, you was that. Now Mia, I understood what she meant, but there was an underlying situation. There was a simple, there was a however in there. She's like, you don't see Michelle Obama or Oprah flying their boobs, which is correct, because if you are presenting yourself as a professor or commentator, there is a certain decorum you have about yourself. But at the same time, I'm not on commentating hours. I'm not on professional hours. I am on Wendy Osefo's hour, which means I am off the clock. I'm with my girls, and I'm letting my hair down, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, Mia, I kind of understood your point, but I felt like this was not the same thing. She's not commentating all the time right now. I'm pretty sure she has a carved out schedule where she is still able to film, able to comment on the news, and also on doing her lectures on the computer. So, but then of course she let them know, I am still that woman that has multiple degrees. I am a professor. I am a commentator. But that's not all I am. Don't define me by how I presented myself with the 4 degrees, with the commentator, and the profession. I am Wendy. I am all of it. And if you got a problem with that, then that's on you, not me. And I am so happy she said that, because I feel like that's true. Everybody else is not who they are when they're in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could have a judge, you could have a lawyer, you could have everybody else who is so, professional, decorum, know when to say the right things, professionalism. But when they're off the clock, they off the clock. I ain't gotta be all right all the time. I can let my hair down. I can do this and do that. I can cuss like a sailor. I can listen to trap music. It is me. It is all me. I am everything and all that I am. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course the whole sexiness. They say I'm not saying you can't be sexy. I'm just saying it's a little bit what it was last year, because you was sexy last year. She said, no, I wasn't. I didn't feel sexy. She said, you didn't feel confident? But at the same time, it's like, no, I didn't feel confident. And I define my sexiness, not you. And she said, I wasn't feel confident because I was just I had my baby 2 months ago. I was doing 2 postpartum baby weight after my daughter. You think you tell me after women, you mean tell me nothing goes on with women after they're having babies? Their bodies don't change, their feelings don't change about their bodies. So we can't fault Wendy for that, because she was 2 months postpartum when she was on the show. So of course her weight wasn't where it was. So I had no issue with her buying the body that she wanted to and showing it off. I'm completely okay with that. And Karen said, you don't have to defend your choice between nobody and not question your choices. I can't question it. I don't think you need to question it because this wasn't necessary. This wasn't necessary at all. And then it's like, that's what we need to do as girlfriends. If somebody is telling us their choice, we need to just listen and say, praise up, girl. Yes, yes, do it, honey. Yes, you better do it. Like, that needs to just be happening. We don't need to keep on questioning everybody. Yes. So basically, after that, Ascali is really peeping notice with this. Because she said, you know what, I'm going to ask one more question. That was it. Is this anything else that you want to do about that's different for your body? Like, is this from something else? I'm like, Robin Giselle, shut up. Stop asking her this. You make her feel like she's on trial. Like, why are you showing your boobs now? Why did you wear that bodysuit that made you a wedgie? What are you doing? I'm like, leave her alone. Why are y'all making this woman your storyline? It is really annoying to me. It really is. It's annoying. So what Scale says, since Giselle, you've asking so many questions, let me ask you something. Now, there have been some conversations and it's a bit confusing. Are you in a relationship? Instantly shuts it down. Giselle says, I'm not going to answer that in front of trolls, aka Karen. So I would have a private conversation with you without Karen. And everybody at the table, besides Robin, said that is not fair. You have asked everybody else on this table details about their life. Candace, Wendy, you have asked everybody in pure detail what their life entails. When somebody asks you about it, you said, I'm not talking about it. No, good night, next. And then Karen said, don't speak to me as a lie. Your life is a lie. When you in the hot seat, you get defensive and you attack. Because you, like I said, you ask for everybody's life in detail. When I try to ask you, you want to come at me with attack more and get defensive and say, I'm not talking about me. And that's not fair. Then why are you on this show if you're not going to showcase it? At the same time, your stuff is already out there. Giselle, you came on this show saying that your husband was a cheater and you wrote a book about it. It's on the blogs that your ex-husband cheated on you again. There is a woman he's been seeing while dating you. Are you serious? He has tax problems. What is the problem? We already know your tea. The thing about it is we're getting tired of you shutting down, of us already knowing your tea when we ask you. But you want to be the one asking everybody else at this table what their life is, who their significant other is, has he cheated, has he not, what's going on. I want to know. And I honestly think that's what her and Robin were trying to get Winnie to do. Which was say, you know what, y'all, there have been a change in me. Besides getting my boobs done, I've been going through this and going through that. But that's not what Wendy did. She said, I just love my body and I'm happy with it. But I feel like they want Wendy to come out with the rumor or the article about Eddie allegedly cheating so they can say, yeah, we heard about it. We want to know if he was okay. Because I feel like they don't want to be the one to say it. But y'all were just saying it excuse me, at the house. Y'all bring it up again. So I feel like, why y'all trying to bait her into doing something? I don't like that at all. So everybody leave the house. It's over. It's done with. Rob and Giselle still talking about, do you think Wendy heard what we said? Do you think she understood it? Like, I just want her to know because, you know, she didn't have any substance, but I just want to know where it came from. And Wendy is definitely feeling away. And she said, I thought my relationship with Giselle was good, but now I have no substance. My left implant has more substance than you. And she was right. Because this is all this is all her and Robin gonna be doing. Talking about cheating, talking about her changing her body, and y'all have nothing going on for yourselves. Robin, get your son a tutor. You can afford one, I hope. And Giselle, worry about your barn. Worry about your house. Fix it, and fix your hair. Fix something. And it's annoying. So the next morning, Candace is practicing her dance moves for her upcoming video. Mia is on call with her family to just check in. She's obviously is working while on vacation. Robin is sleeping. Karen and Wendy are coming down for breakfast, and she said, what you dress like that for? She had a cute little loungewear outfit, but she said, what you put that on? What, Giselle? If you did it for her, go change your fucking clothes. Oh, she said, no, I have my swimsuit. I just want to dress like this for breakfast. She said, I don't think you deserve that line of questioning last night. To me, it felt like it was an attack. Wendy definitely got into her feelings and said, I looked at Giselle like a sister. And I figured she would because they were sorors. So, of course, she felt a sisterly bond. But to say I had no substance, that hurt. So I think Wendy definitely was looking for real friends on this season and last season. But now she's just not feeling it anymore. Like all this constant questioning about how she looks and how she's acting, it's really digging something in her. So she's probably have been trying to break out this perfect shell for a minute. And I forgot to mention this. I'm happy that I did before I ended. Giselle wants to talk about how when the argument with Mia came about, that pretty much sparked the change in Wendy. But Wendy also said on Twitter that it was an argument she had beforehand and that she was still feeling the anger from it with Giselle. And like she said at the table, the argument that I had with her, it could have stimulated with all sorts of things that happened, not just today. It could have been a few days ago building to it. But she also said that she was in an argument with Giselle because Robin cried to her boss that Wendy told her to stay out of it. Sit down, eat your food, and don't get into Karen and Giselle's beef. That's their beef. Sit yourself there. A and B conversation. See yourself that way. So she told Giselle. Giselle wants to check Wendy, and pretty much Wendy's gonna say, "I'm not your fucking puppet. I'm not your servant. You're not gonna shove me up and say, don't do that to her. If I felt like at that moment in my house, Robin should not have chimed in and tried to defend you while ganging up on Karen, that's me. That's my prerogative, that's my house, that's my rules. Robin should eat that, and as though you should eat that too. So that's what I didn't like. That's what I didn't like. And Karen said it's only an insecure woman that tears another sister down. I'm like, you better go, Karen. You better go, because she said you don't have to dim your light for nobody, especially now these bum birds. Don't dim your light for nobody. You can cry to me, but don't give that to her because she don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that Karen was there to be a friend to her and tell her that I got you. This is you. Don't. That's what my husband tells me all the time. And my mother too. Do not dim your life for nobody. If you're excited about something, be excited about something. If you want to wear this, say you want to wear this. Keep that energy. Keep that energy that you want to show your body. Show your body. Fuck them birds. Fuck them bird ass bitches. Fuck them. They not a friend to you. They didn't even say you okay. No. So that's it, y'all. All right, my love. That's all I got for tonight. This was a really good episode. Next week is going to bring the fire. And I'm also going to want to know how the dynamic goes where Ashley's going to tell Wendy what happened. Because I'm ready for this. I thought we were going to get it this episode, but we didn't. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.